This has New York Yankee fans fired up, as recently the New York Yankees have dealt with a ton of injuries to this roster, with changes having to be made throughout the team and other guys stepping up for the Yankees. But this has not stopped Yankee fans for making a call for their top prospect to show up after they got huge news about him getting closer to the MLB as it is, and we're going to break it all down. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Yankees Digest. It's Chris here, and we're going to jump right into things as always. And guys, if you're part of that 71% that's not subscribed to Yankees Digest, make sure to subscribe. This is the place for the best Yankees content. You do not want to miss out on all the great stuff that we're coming out with every single day. Let's jump into the video, though. There's a lot to talk about in regards to the Yankees, as we've seen already. Jazz Chisholm went down with that injury and could be out as long as 4 to 6 weeks. Now, on top of that, we now see Anthony Volpe go down as well. So that's both the Yankees starting middle infield. We've already had an issue with the Yankees infield as so far Oswaldo Cabrera has been committing a lot of errors over at third base. And meanwhile, outside of that, the other depth piece that you theoretically have is DJ LeMahieu, who's been dealing with injuries and trying to come back and then dealing with other sorenesses as well. So LeMahieu's not exactly someone you could trust, and that leaves the Yankees to be pretty thin. Right now, we've seen a mix of a few different guys step in as Aaron Boone has moved the team around, trying to do what he can. We've seen Pablo Reyes step up, and he hasn't really been able to have any impact thus far this season, any positive impact that is this season on the New York Yankees. On top of that, we've also seen a guy in Oswald Peraza come in and play shortstop when Volpe's out, which is, he also could play second base, but now they need him at the shortstop position considering Volpe's injured, and while Volpe's out, they are going to be going with Peraza there for a degree of time. But outside of that, there's really not much else for the Yankees. I mean, Jorbit Bibas is there. He's come up. He is going to have an impact on this team, and Yankee fans are excited about that. But Volpe, their shortstop, right now, according to Aaron Boone, the x-rays, the MRI, it was good news. He's sore, but Boone feels like we're probably in a good spot and that he's only day-to-day, meaning the Yankees won't have this long-term problem of a lack of multiple middle infielders. It'll just be the lack of one in Chisholm for an undisclosed amount of time right now. Boone also said it's a little unclear in there that Volpe's got some stuff that they feel like is older stuff, so it's hard to know exactly what he's dealing with, and he said it's definitely a little cranky in the shoulder today, so no doubt Volpe is not at 100% health, and right now the Yankees do need him because they just have a lack of infield right now. I mean, Volpe thus far into his Yankee season has a 1.5 WAR and 120 at-bats. He's got a 233 batting average, which is not great. He does have 4 stolen bases. He's a great base stealer. He's got some RBIs to his name. His OPS is above average at a 768. OPS plus is a 119. So the numbers across the board are not terrible. People are still trying to figure out if Anthony Volpe's a really good player or not. It's kind of tough to gauge. At points, he does look like he's fully breaking out. At other points, he looks like he can't hit the ball at all. It's really the contact situation more than anything with Volpe. He's got 5 home runs in the year, so he's flashed some power as well. It's just about that contact, which has been the thing about Volpe since the New York Yankees brought him up. But there definitely are points where Volpe looks like he's going to truly break out for this New York Yankees team. It's a matter of if he's going to get there. So that's going to be huge to kind of follow and see how things go along, but it does seem like Volpe will be back in the near future, so then it'll just be the second base issue, and right now we'll likely see Oswald Peraza get the most reps there. We'll also see Bibas. There's a chance that Peraza just plays against lefties and that Bibas plays against righties, but also they probably lean Peraza is my guess. Now, Peraza this season has not been excellent from the offensive side of things at all. His defense is good, his base running's good, but the offense hasn't really been there, really. He's got 1 home run on the season. He's got 7 hits and 34 at-bats, which is a 206 batting average. He's got an OPS of 603, an OPS plus of 72. So his numbers across the board are not that exciting, but he is someone who the New York Yankees are going to look to because he is part of that depth on this team right now. The Yankees could also potentially look to trade him, but his value is not that high right now, considering that he was a top prospect once upon a time, but the Yankees just did not use him at all, and they just kind of let him sit there and didn't trade him when his value was higher, and they've just completely mismanaged Oswald Peraza's career up to this point. However, there's another guy whose career they cannot afford to mismanage, and it appears that they're not doing that, and that is none other than this guy right here, George Lombard Jr. Now, we know a lot about George Lombard Jr., and we know he's a big part of this New York Yankees organization as he's their top prospect, and now we got a massive update on him as well, as the New York Yankees are promoting George Lombard Jr., their top prospect, to AA Somerset with the Patriots. Now, Lombard, who's 19 years old, was hitting .329, .496, and .488 with one home run, so a .329 average, .496 on-base percentage, .488 slugging, with one home run, 3 RBIs, 1 stolen base, and a 23-22 walk-to-strikeout ratio at high A. He's a real big-time talent, as Passan mentions. So, huge update there that we are going to see George Lombard Jr. get closer and closer to the MLB game. It was mentioned by Ryan Garcia that in his final game with the Hudson Valley Renegades, we saw him go 3 for 5. He had 2 doubles and 2 RBIs. He's starting to drive the ball with more authority over the last 7 games. Over that span, he has a .444 average, a .667 slugging, and an OPS of 1.238. So, also 243 weighted runs created plus. So, there's a lot about George Lombard Jr. that screams the man had to get called up to the next level. And now he's there. He's in AA Somerset, and we're going to see him probably spend the rest of the season there. And then next season, we'll probably see him in AAA. And the season after, we'll see him in the MLB. And maybe next season, we even see him at the MLB level, just depending on how things go for the New York Yankees. I don't think necessarily they're fast-tracking him, but he's just a little too good for them to not move up right now. And I love this for the Yankees. I love seeing this. I love seeing this for Lombard. He's going to be a huge part of this team. And this is where Anthony Volpe comes back into play, because you think about things and you're like, what happens? He's a shortstop. What if he wants to play shortstop? What do you do then? Things get really interesting. Do you move Volpe to second base and Jazz back to third? Do you wait until Jazz is a free agent in a few years and you let him walk? What do you do here? So there's going to be some interesting things and some tough conversations the New York Yankees are going to have. But having a lot of talent is never something to complain about. So that is the one side of things that we do have to be aware of right now, which is very important. I mean, thus far, when you look at the high A weighted runs created plus leaders among qualified batters, Lombard was second. He's truly been one of the best players at high A. It's why he got the call up. And on top of that, Lombard, in 82 at-bats this season with the Hudson Valley Renegades, he had 27 hits. He had an average of .329, an OPS of .983. The man was phenomenal, also stealing bases like there's no tomorrow. So a lot to like about George Lombard Jr. We saw it already in spring training. We're seeing it again here. And Yankee fans don't want to wait. They don't want to wait for all this to go down. They want to see George Lombard Jr. come up now. And I mean, Volpe also spoke just on his injury as well. And we saw him say that it happened quick and it was scary. But after that, I felt okay and I felt like I have my strength. I've never really had anything else pop out or dislocate or anything like that. So I have nothing to compare it to. But still, if his shoulder's dealing with trouble, we're going to see how long he's out for. And that is going to be interesting because he needs to throw the ball. And shoulders are pretty important in baseball, in case you guys didn't know that. But with all the injuries, Yankee fans, they're going to call for Lombard to come up. It's already begun. Yankee fans want to see George Lombard Jr. be a 19-year-old in the MLB. He's gotten some Alex Rodriguez comparisons, which has people thinking, well, maybe he'll come up earlier because A-Rod came up when he was 18. Again, that was not for the Yankees, as we know. That was for the Marlins. And on top of that, it was a different game back then. Guys came up a little bit younger sometimes. So we'll see how it all goes. I mean, at the end of the day, I'd rather Lombard get a lot more burn in the minors. I'd rather not see him come up this season. I want him to come up when he's ready to face MLB pitching, and he was facing high A pitching. So he's a bit of a ways away still, but he will get there. And he's going to get there sooner rather than later, and that's evidently clear. So it's just a matter of waiting and keeping the patience, because the Yankees do have enough guys where they won't need to. I believe they bring up Roger Arias before him, but we'll see what happens there. We saw them bring up Bebos, and he's going to be here for a bit, and they will get Volpe back very soon. So don't really wait for Lombard to come up this season, because it's not going to happen. But guys, what do you think? What do you think about this guy being injured? What do you think about the George Lombard situation? Let me know in the comments down below. Like this video, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Have a great day, and go Yankees.